Hey, what is up, guys? I am here to give you my WWE RAW review for April 8th, 2013. This RAW was actually a good RAW leading it off WrestleMania 29. And I think that was pretty good RAW. So let's just get right down into it. And the reason why it was good is because of the wrestling and later the crowd. And you're going to see what the crowd does. So we get JBL, Michael Cole, and Jerry the King Lawler on commentary. John Cena comes out, and he's wearing the shirt, the champ is here, from when he first won the WWE Championship. But this time it had The Rock's title on it. Now, The Rock is not on the show because he suffered some abdominal injuries. But this fucking promo by Cena, it was just so fucking boring. I don't even remember what he said because I didn't really pay attention. I remember him saying like they have to close off Mania on a good night, and he wants to fight people for the WWE Championship. So then Mark Henry comes out and he talks about how he beat Ryback and he thinks he deserves a shot at the title. Cena mentions how that they want to have sex with chocolate because of Mark Henry's sexual chocolate gimmick. What else happened? So John Cena and Mark Henry agree to have a match for the WWE title. Booker T comes out and wishes and says that they're not going to have a title match tonight. The Rock has a rematch clause at Extreme Rules. He didn't say Extreme. The Rock does have a rematch clause, but they're probably going to use it at Extreme Rules, considering the fact that they mentioned it. Okay, I lost something, by the way. But yeah, The Rock comes up. But yeah, so then Booker T makes John Cena versus Mark Henry, and if Mark Henry wins, he will get a WWE Championship match, and then he says that Mark Henry says that he's gonna put John Cena in the Hall of Pain. Then AJ Lee, Dolph Ziggler, and Big E Langston are backstage, and then throughout the night it showed like it wasn't like mostly clips, but like flash pictures of WrestleMania 29. Then we have Daniel Bryan with Kane versus Big E Langston with Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee. Big E Langston's won first match on Raw. I think Daniel Bryan kind of looked weak here, but I think they wanted to make Big E Langston look dominant. Daniel Bryan gets on the ropes, and then Dolph Ziggler knocks him off, and Kane goes to attack Ziggler, but Big E Langston throws Daniel Bryan into Kane. Dolph Ziggler puts him in the ring, and Big E Langston hits that weird finisher for the win. Nothing to it right there. Kurt Warner interview, he just kind of talks about his new show, how John Cena and himself got second chances. WWE Rewind, I think it showed The Miz winning the Intercontinental Championship from Wade Barrett, but I'm not exactly sure. Then we have The Miz defending the Intercontinental Championship against Wade Barrett. This was actually a really nice match here. I really liked this match. It was better than the previous matches that they've had. At one point in this match, Miz went for the neckbreaker, but he botched it. But Miz did a flying clothesline off ropes. Wade Barrett did a neckbreaker on the apron. Winds of change. Miz went for the figure four leg lock a bunch of times. Wade Barrett went for the wasteland. Wade Barrett went to go knock himself off the ropes, but Miz tried to do a superplex off the ropes. Then Barrett falls off, and Miz hits his head off the turnbuckle, and then Barrett hits the bullhammer elbow for the win, so he becomes a three-time Intercontinental Champion. So I liked the match, but what was the point? So you have Miz beat Barrett, but then you have Barrett the next night win the match. That makes no sense. Why not just have Barrett retain last at WrestleMania, not tonight, not on Raw? That made no sense, to be honest with you. But oh well, they're probably gonna continue this until Extreme Rules. Team Bricky are backstage. Vicky Guerrero and Brad Maddox talk about how good WrestleMania turned out. Vicky Guerrero takes credit for it. Sheamus comes in and he says that he wants a match with Big Show, and then Brad Maddox says that you could let you match, but you owe us. But Vicky Guerrero just gives him the match, so I guess he doesn't owe him. Then it shows more clips of WrestleMania. Booker T's backstage, and Randy Orton comes up to him, congratulates him of Jordan the Hall of Fame. Um, and he shows him the win, and then Randy Orton asks for a match with Big Show, but Booker T says he can't make it since Vicky Guerrero already made the match. So, Randy Orton kind of persuades him by saying that you're the general manager of SmackDown, you can overrule Vicky Guerrero. So, but then Booker T makes Randy Orton versus Big Show. So I was like, what the fuck? That was like awful. That was awkward. Then we have Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter versus Alberto Del Rio. And during this, it shows the WrestleMania 30 ad that it's going to be New Orleans and John Cena and Mark Henry's face-off. This was actually a pretty good match. We had Del Rio fly over the ropes and did a suicide dive. Del Rio do a high cross body. Jack Swagger worked the leg over a bunch of times. And Jack Swagger did the ankle lock like 3 times in this match. And he threw Del Rio into the barricade. Then Del Rio ended up countering into the cross arm breaker, and Swagger tapped out for the win. Then after the match, Del Rio's ankle was hurting him, so he could barely stand up. So I was thinking, come on, Dolph Ziggler, get the fuck out there. This is the perfect opportunity. If they had, and then Dolph Ziggler comes out and cashes in Money in the Bank. Now, if they had not done it, last night, I would have been like, are they fucking stupid? But they did do it, and they actually had, I'm glad they had Del Rio go out fighting, and they didn't have him, like, completely get fucking jobbed out like Big Show did at TOC versus Daniel Bryan. That was so stupid. Daniel Bryan just came in and pinned him. I'm glad something like that didn't happen. It was actually kind of a match. But Dolph Ziggler hits the Fameasser, but he doesn't get him for the win. Del Rio hits the Instagirl. He tries to pin him but fails. The crowd actually was popped when Ziggler came out. And then Alberto Del Rio got him in the cross-arm breaker, and I was like, no, wait. I thought Del Rio was going to lose the match right there. But then, Ziggler was going to lose the match. Ziggler, like, twists Del Rio's bad ankle, and then hits the zigzag for the win. So I was really happy with that. Dolph Ziggler is finally world champion. Give him, like, a 3 or 4 month reign. I'm actually going to make a video tomorrow on his career. I write stuff down that's important. And I think Dolph Ziggler deserves this. His last world title run was not a world title reign, really. It was just, here's your world title. This, I think, will be a legit world title run. I think Dolph Ziggler, though, should be on his own man. And I think maybe they will do that eventually. I'm just scared, though, that they're going to do Dolph Ziggler versus Biggie Langston when he's champion. And then AJ's going to be the ref, and AJ will screw over Dolph Ziggler. Then Ziggler will go face. I think Ziggler's doing just fine. But if he's going to go on his own, let Dolph Ziggler be Ziggler. Let him go on his own. I think he can do great on his own. Then it shows the Hall of Fame ad, which I have to set the TV out for because it's on at 10. I have school tomorrow. Maybe I'll sneak watch it. I'll try to watch it like it's pretend to watch it. Undertaker comes out to cut a promo about his win over CM Punk last night. So Undertaker says that he dedicated the match with CM Punk to Paul Bear. He says that he goes to say that he respects him, but then the Shield come out. They tweeted earlier in the night that they were going to make an impact. So they try to attack Taker, but Team Hell No comes out and kind of a brother of kind of a Kane and Undertaker reunion, and thwarts off the Shield. I don't think that's going to lead to anything. I think it's just going to be. People say it could be like a 6-man tag. I think Taker's done wrestling for the year. If he does wrestle this year, that'll be fine. I kind of wanted the Shield to take on Undertaker because if they had taken out Taker, then Taker would have had to excuse to leave for a year. But yeah, I'm glad though that they did have Taker appear instead of him just vanishing off TV randomly. They actually had him appear on Raw, like Brock Lesnar and Triple H just vanished randomly. Well, Triple H actually will be on SmackDown on Friday, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. Then we get the WrestleMania contest where you can text to a number, and I think you guys have seen it for those of you that have seen it. The SmackDown ad, I think this is the one that they've done with, like, that you can see in my area. but Triple H will be on SmackDown on Friday. WrestleMania clips again. It shows Dolph Ziggler cashing in the Money in the Bank. Wait, I think I missed something. No. Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee and Biggie Langston get interviewed. Dolph Ziggler said that this is his finally his moment, and even though it's a day late, it's finally his WrestleMania moment. I think we're gonna hear more from Ziggler this Friday night. We get 3MB versus R-Truth, Santino Marella, and Zack Ryder. Fuck that match. I think Santino Marella hit the Cobra on Heath Slater for the win. It shows the WrestleMania fan access. I guess you could say Fandango's name. Then Randy Orton and Sheamus are backstage. The argument over who can be over who should face Big Show. So Sheamus just says, "I've got this." So then he goes out to the ring. SmackDown ad. It shows Big Show interview. This was like the post show of Mania. I couldn't see it because I was done. But yeah, he talks about how his WrestleMania moment was stolen from him by Randy Orton, and from now on, he's not gonna do things that way anymore. He's gonna do things his way. It's just about Big Show. Then Sheamus and Randy Orton argue over who should face Big Show. So Sheamus comes out and asks the crowd if they want to see Sheamus versus Big Show. So the crowd kind of doesn't really cheer for that. Randy Orton comes out and asks the crowd. He actually got a bigger cheer. So then they actually have a vote over Randy Orton versus over whether or not it will be Randy Orton or Sheamus facing Big Show. And Randy Orton won 73%, and Sheamus got 23%. But Booker T and Vicky Guerrero come out and just make a match between Randy Orton and Sheamus, and the winner faces Big Show. Like, what the fuck was that? That was kind of bullshit right there. Now, this is when the crowd actually got good. So then we have Sheamus versus Randy Orton, and the winner faces Big Show. This was awesome. Not the match. The match I didn't really pay attention to. I paid attention to the crowd. The crowd... I don't know what the fuck happened to the crowd. The crowd was just hot. Well, like, the crowd was like popping. Like, they were chanting random things. They chanted Rob Van Dam. They chanted JBL. They chanted Jerry the King Lawler. And then Jerry the King Lawler says, if they get a Michael Cole chant, I'm really going to lose my mind. And then we got a Michael Cole chant. And then Jerry the King Lawler was like, okay, we got to go commercial after that. They come back. They actually do the wave. The crowd actually does the wave. That's exactly what happened. And then they chant Randy Savage's name. Then but then after the match, Big Show ends up coming out. He attacks Sheamus, throws him into the barricade, attacks Orton, knocks him out, spears him, and he throws him over the announce table. He throws the chairs, and one of them hits the post, which was funny. And then the crowd chants, "Throw the chair again." So I thought the crowd was really great in this match. I think the crowd made the match what it was. I didn't really pay attention to this match. I just paid attention to the crowd. We get the Hall of Fame ad again. WWE Rewind. It was when Fandango didn't fight Kofi Kingston. It shows Undertaker's appearance. We get Fandango versus Kofi Kingston. During this match, Fandango, the crowd was humming Fandango's theme song. It's like, but then Chris Jericho comes out. He beats the hell out of Fandango, attacks him, throws him into the announce table, he throws him into the barricades, into the steps, gets the walls Jericho on him. Then he leaves, and then the announcer says Fandango, but then he says it's Fandango. He can't really say his name because he's in pain. And then it shows all the shows that John Cena was on when he won the WWE Championship. It shows Triple H after his match at WrestleMania then it shows the SmackDown now before that. It shows Triple H after his WrestleMania match getting his arm examined. Paul Heyman interview. Josh Matthews asked him that it says that it wasn't a good night for Paul Heyman, guys, but he talks about how Triple H was able to survive Brock Lesnar, and right now Triple H can barely use that right arm. CM Punk, and he says that CM Punk will be at Raw next week talking about how he feels about his match at Mania, and that was really it. Then we get the Team Road Scholars and the Bella Twins versus Tons of Funk and the Funkadactyls. This was supposed to happen at Mania last night. It happened here. Oh well, I still didn't pay attention. I forget how they won, but tons of Funk and the Funkadactyls won. We get that Lockopolis ad, that video game. I have it on my dad's fiance's phone. And I have been playing it. I'm gonna review that game when I get the chance. It's gonna take a while though because it's a long game. Then it shows more clips of Mania. That was the last one. Mark Henry versus John Cena, and if John Cena wins, he gets if Mark Henry wins, he gets a WWE Championship match. Pretty boring main event. Mark Henry tried to give John Cena the world's strongest slam to the table. But Cena counters and throws him into the steps. Cena gets in the ring, and then he wins it by countout. Mark Henry gives him the world's strongest slam. Ryback comes out, attacks Henry. Then Cena and Ryback shake hands, but the crowd boos. Then Ryback mega hook clotheslines Cena and hits the shell shocked on him. So I don't really know if this is a heel turn or not because the crowd cheered. So it's hard to. So in future references, if you're gonna turn somebody heel, don't use John Cena because they're just gonna cheer if it's like Fandango or like a big heel like Punk, and no one really likes John Cena. So that was how Raw ended though. I still think we're gonna get Raw. I don't know if that was just to get. I don't know where this is gonna lead to. The things I do know though is we're probably gonna get Wade Barrett versus the Miz at Extreme Rules for the IC title, which is Intercontinental title by the way. We're probably gonna get. I could see Del Rio versus Ziggler, but I could see Swagger being added as a triple threat scenario, and Ziggler retaining the title. What else? I could see probably at Extreme Rules, Randy Orton's gonna be the one that faces Big Show, because Big Show's he attacked Randy Orton more. But I can also see like a triple threat match between Sheamus, Randy Orton, and Big Show. I could see The Rock versus CM Punk versus Cena in a steel cage match for the WWE Championship. I don't know what else could happen though. I could see Team Hell No versus Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins for the tag belts. But that's all I can really see happening. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later. Let me see. I had to stop this video.